Hello everybody, welcome to the video section of our Launchmetrics Support Center. Today we are covering how to edit samples and also perform a successful export for update. Hopefully you have already viewed some of our other samples videos regarding how to create new collections, importing new samples, creating new samples, as well as adjusting layout preferences and searching in your sample manager. So we'll start off by searching in our sample manager and taking a look at all of the 13 samples that we have created so far. If you've watched our other videos, you're familiar with the designer collection and season examples that we've created. If I need to edit a sample one at a time, I can click on the options dropdown, click on edit details, and make any sort of update that I need to. So maybe if I need to change the type, add a color, change the size, include a description, whatever it is, add a picture, I can go and I can edit that way. So if I click on upload, I can browse for my files, and I can go ahead and choose a sample image if I do have that. Maybe change the color to match the picture that I'm using, and then I can go ahead and update. So I can make edits directly one at a time in the system. Just a quick refresher on how to add the layout preference image. If I click on layout preference and I double click on image, I can toss that in there, and then when I click on submit, I'll see the nice sample image that I also just updated. Now, if I wanted to do an export for update and make changes to all of my samples at once, the best strategy and the most efficient strategy to do that is by doing an export for update. So when I click on search and I scroll down to the bottom of the page, you'll see it says export for updates. I'm going to click on that and open up this Excel. Now this Excel is going to be different than a blank sample Excel. One of the main differences that you're going to see on this Excel are the columns ID as well as inventory type. So this is just letting the system know that when you do make edits to this Excel and re-import into the system, that the system knows exactly which sample to make the edit for, and that's all based on this ID. So this ID is different from the barcode number. This ID is an even deeper, unique identifier that our system knows what sample you're making edits for. So we'll go ahead. The best practice always with an export for update is to always save an original copy. So I'm going to call this the original sample copy. And that way, if you were to make any mistakes by accident, you do have a backup copy. So now I'll save the copy that I'm going to work on. So sample copy to edit. So now I know whatever changes I make on this Excel, if I had made a mistake by accident, I can always revert back to that original copy that I did save. So really good practice when you do an export for update, save multiple save multiple copies of that. Now, the edits that I can make here, perhaps I didn't put in all the color information that I wanted to do. This is where I can go ahead and fill all that in for however many fields that I feel the need to do. So, for example, in the description, if I wanted to maybe take out the blouse on the top that was pre-populated because of the type, I can go ahead and fill out anything that I want to on my Excel, maybe start to put in a price, for our samples. If I'm going to start, filling that out. So this is a great way to go in, make updates, perhaps after you've made your initial import. Maybe you didn't have all the line sheet information. Great way to come in, make all those updates that you need on your Excel. Now, one of the things that we luckily now are able to do is we're able to, when we export for updates, add our sample image information. Before, this was not a luxury for us. But now we can do that. So if I imported into my system without sample images, but now I know what my sample images are, and I have those saved on my local computer, I can now put those file names into my export for update Excel and then I can go ahead and match those. So we're going to take a look at how to do that. On my computer, I do have a folder of pictures, so we're going to just focus on these 4 right here. Now it's really critical that when I am filling this out, that whatever my file name is, it's spelled exactly correct. So for this red dress.jpg, I'm going to match this up with the sample, so this red dress right here. And now I'm just going to type in red dress.jpg. So it's exactly how the file name is saved on my local computer. I need to have that filled out correctly on my Excel or on my image column in my export for update Excel. We'll do some more examples here. So I have that blue blazer.jpg file. And drag that down. I'll use that for multiple examples. And then lastly, I'll just go with this black dress .jpg as well. So now note that on black dress.jpg, on that file saved on my computer, I have a capital B. I must include that capital B in my image, or the system's not going to be able to match successfully. So now, once I've worked on all my edits that I want to make on this Excel, I'm going to go ahead and save that file, and I'm going to re-import into the system. So to re-import into the system, I go to Import, New Import, select my import type, it's samples, because I did an export for update on my sample Excel. I'm going to select that file, and then I'm going to click on Import. So 13 were imported successfully, 0 were skipped. If you made any import updates to the Excel that maybe do not match what you have in the system, that would come up as an import error. Now, one of the important things to make note is that when you are filling out this sample Excel, you cannot change the name of the designer, the collection, and the season. So just make note of that. The designer, collection, season name cannot be changed. That only can be changed through the collection editor. If I were to delete samples, if I were to remove samples on my Excel, let's say, and I deleted them, if I tried to re-import into the system, those samples just simply would not have been edited. So this is not a technique for removing and deleting samples. If there are columns that I know I wasn't going to use, you can also feel free to just delete those from the Excel when you do import. So now I'm going to go and take a look back at our sample manager. We're going to see some of those updates and how those got reflected. You'll see that there's the color that was matched, changed, and that was the main thing that we did make edits on our export for update. So now I'm going to go to our upload sample images section, because I did make that update on our Excel to now be able to upload sample images. So if I click on upload sample images, I'm now going to match. So I'm going to match the by image field. So I'm looking in my inventory. So I'm telling the system to look for samples in my inventory that are matching by the image field. So that image field is the image column that we had on our Excel. I'm now going to go ahead and browse for my files. So my sample images files, so you can put those in a whole folder, however your company does that. But I'm just looking for right now those 4 images that I did put on my Excel. They're right here. So I can grab all 4 and I can drag and drop directly into the system. Now if 3 were matched, so in this case I saw that 3 were matched successfully and 1 image had not been matched. So if I click on view details, it's going to tell me exactly what did not match. So I know that, okay, the blackblazer.jpg, perhaps I had put that in incorrectly on my export for update. So it'll tell me, so it'll give me an idea of what pictures did not get matched successfully. Now if I go to my sample manager and I click on search, I'm now going to see all of those sample images populate in the system for us. So this is a very new feature and at the time of this recording, so definitely feel free to utilize this. It's a really great way to add sample images to our samples after we've imported, and again, work on making those updates in bulk. So thanks for watching this video. We've covered, again, how to export for updates, edit our samples individually, and make changes in bulk through that technique. Thanks so much for watching, and please stick around and look for other support videos in our videos section that might be helpful for you. Thanks so much.